Hello, my name is Karen Condoli, and I am the CEO here at LeoStream. Maybe you've seen it in the news, but LeoStream just announced support for Amazon Workspaces Core Managed Instances, or CMI for short. This is really exciting for us. We've had support for AWS EC2 for a number of years, and now with this Core Managed Instances, I want to talk about what that actually changes for you and what new and exciting things you can do in LeoStream. Well, as I mentioned, for years, you've been able to use EC2 as the hosting platform for your cloud desktops managed by LeoStream. And EC2 has been great for providing flexibility around compute, the GPU selection, scaling. On the flip side, LeoStream also has had support for Amazon Workspaces, and that is great for really simplifying cloud desktop deployments and gives you Microsoft licensing compliance for Windows 11 and Microsoft 365. And in LeoStream, you have managed these two things separately before. You had EC2 centers, you had Workspaces core centers. Well, now with this new introduction of core managed instances, what that is doing is actually bridging these two worlds. With CMI, you get the flexibility of EC2 with the licensing and operational advantages of Workspaces, all managed within your LeoStream environment. So why does this matter? Why is this good for you? Well, obviously, if you are using GPUs, if your end users need GPU workstations, EC2 is a great option for you because you have bursting capabilities, you have different types of GPUs that you can leverage. It gives you a way to give the users the performance they need without having to invest in the infrastructure in your data center. But now you add CMI to the picture, and well, that gives you Windows 11 BYOL in addition to the Windows Server you already had in EC2, Linux, and even Mac OS. And again, all managed from within your LeoStream environment. Now, GPUs, a lot of our customers do have end users who require GPU for visualization, but there's also just task workers out there who just need access to Microsoft 365. Now, with core managed instances, you can bring those Microsoft 365 licenses and users into your AWS environment as well. And again, have one platform for anything from task workers to knowledge workers to the power users who need the GPUs. And with LeoStream, you have all the flexibility to model different types of workflows. So if you have users who need persistent machines, if you want a pool of non-persistent machines, pretty much any workflow in between that, you can model with LeoStream policies and plans. So again, this means whether it's a high performance user or mainstream end user computing, you can host those systems in AWS using either EC2 or core managed instances, and LeoStream can manage it. So if you put your cloud desktops up in AWS, why is it that you actually need LeoStream? What do you not have just from AWS? Well, it's these very important things of realizing that the infrastructure alone isn't enough. You need to give users access to that, and you need to do so in a controlled way. You want to make sure that only authenticated users have access into the environment and have access only when you want them to and only to the resources and data and applications that they should and nothing else. The other thing that you want to be able to do that's very important in the cloud is orchestrate the capacity. You need to make sure that you spin machines up when they're needed, tear them down when they're not, power control them to make sure things aren't running and racking up compute costs. And you want to do this all in an automated way based on policies that control not just access, but also the capacity. This gives you what is important to everybody, which is cost management. You want to make sure that you users are productive and have resources when they need them, but you don't want to over provision or leave idle machines running. And that's the control that LeoStream gives you. We are the control layer that orchestrates user access as well as capacity in AWS, whether that's an EC2 instance or an Amazon core workspaces core managed instance. The other thing we have is integrated support with Amazon DCV. And Amazon DCV licensing is free if you're running your compute up in AWS. That's both for EC2 and CMI. This gives you, for those high performance users, they can run GPU enabled workloads and have high performance visualization for that. The LeoStream platform also, through our policies and plans, simplifies IT, makes it easy for them to manage capacity, launch new instances, power them down, terminate them, do that all automatically behind the scenes based on user need so that IT is freed up from managing other types of tasks. And in the end, this gives IT control over the AWS compute and GPU costs while giving end users access to the resources that they need to get their job done. If you want to learn more, I'm not going to do a demo. Normally in my videos, I do demos. I'm not going to do a demo in this video. There's actually, you can go to the LeoStream YouTube channel and look at the video for LeoStream with Amazon Workspaces Core Managed Instances. And if you want more information, you can always reach out to us at info@leostream.com. Thank you.